Okay, Tyler Dunn's on the phone. Good morning and welcome to the May 7th, 2024 Hempstead Town Board meeting. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Supervisor Clavin.
I am here.
Councilman Carini.
Here.
Councilman Dunn.
Here.
Deputy Supervisor Gooseby. Here. Councilwoman Miller. No. Councilman Muscarella.
Here.
Councilwoman Ryder.
Here.
Receiver of taxes Janine Driscoll.
Here.
Hi, Councilman Muscarella, would you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Please stand. Hand over your heart. Repeat after me. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Mr. Supervisor, members of the board, I'd ask that we table number 41 on the agenda today in the administrative calendar, please. We haven't finalized all of the documents we need to.
Okay, gotcha. All right, we'll table that when we get to the administrative calendar. Great. Madam Clerk, please call the first public hearing.
Yes, we have a proposed local law regarding regulations and restrictions to limit parking in Baldwin, East Meadow, Oceanside, South Hempstead, near Valley Stream, and Wantagh.
Okay, I do not have anybody signed in for item number one. Is anybody who wishes to be heard on item number one that did not sign in? If not, any board member have a comment? May I please have a motion?
I move that the public hearing be closed and the board adopt the item.
Second motion.
Supervisor Clavin.
Aye.
Councilman Carini.
Yes.
Councilman Dunn.
Aye.
Deputy Supervisor Gooseby.
Aye.
Councilman Muscarella.
Aye.
Councilwoman Ryder.
Aye.
Madam Clerk, please call the next item.
We have a proposed local law regarding parking or standing prohibitions in Baldwin, East Meadow, Elmont, Inwood, North Belmore, Oceanside, South Hempstead, near Valley Stream, Wantagh, and near Westbury.
Any member of the board wish to be heard? I do not have any slips on item number two. Anybody who wishes to be heard on item number two that did not sign in? If not, may I please have a motion?
I move that the public hearing be closed and the board adopt the item.
Second that.
Supervisor Clavin.
Aye.
Councilman Carini.
Aye.
Councilman Dunn.
Aye.
Deputy Supervisor Gooseby.
Aye.
Councilman Muscarella.
Aye.
Councilwoman Ryder.
Aye.
Madam Clerk, please call the next item.
We have a proposed local law regarding arterial stops in East Meadow, Elmont, Franklin Square, and near Malvern.
Any member of the board wish to be heard? I do not have any slips on item number three. Anybody wish to be heard that did not sign in for item number three? If not, may I please have a motion?
I move the public hearing be closed and the board adopt the item.
Second.
Supervisor Clavin.
Aye.
Councilman Carini.
Aye.
Councilman Dunn.
Aye.
Deputy Supervisor Gooseby.
Aye.
Councilman Muscarella.
Aye.
Councilwoman Ryder.
Aye.
Madam Clerk, please call the next item.
We have a proposed local law regarding fire zones in Elmont.
All right. Anybody member of the board wish to be heard? I do not have any slips on item number four. Anybody who wishes to be heard on item number four that did not sign in? If not, may I please have a motion?
I move the public hearing be closed and the board adopt the item.
Second motion.
Supervisor Clavin. Councilman Carini.
Aye.
Councilman Dunn. Deputy Supervisor Gooseby.
Aye. Aye.
Councilman Muscarella.
Aye.
Councilwoman Ryder.
Aye.
All right, Madam Clerk, please call the next item.
We have a proposed local law regarding parking for firemen only in Elmont.
Any member of the board wish to be heard? Okay, I do not have any slips. Any member of the public wish to be heard on this item that did not sign in? If not, may I please have a motion?
I move the public hearing be closed and the board adopt the item.
Second.
Supervisor Clavin.
Aye.
Councilman Carini.
Aye.
Councilman Dunn.
Aye.
Deputy Supervisor Gooseby.
Aye.
Councilman Muscarella.
Aye.
Councilwoman Ryder.
Aye.
Madam Clerk, please call the next item.
We have a proposed handicap parking on public streets in Elmont, Franklin Square, Roosevelt, and Uniondale.
Okay, any member of the board wish to be heard? I didn't have any slips on this item. Anybody wish to be heard on this item that did not sign in? If not, may I please have a motion?
I move that the item be closed and the board adopt the item.
I second that.
Supervisor Clavin.
Aye.
Councilman Carini.
Aye.
Councilman Dunn.
Aye.
Deputy Supervisor Gooseby.
Aye.
Councilman Muscarella.
Aye.
Councilwoman Ryder.
Aye.
Madam Clerk, please call the next item.
We have a proposed local law regarding school speed limits in Hewlett.
Any member of the board wish to be heard? I do not have any slips on item number 7. Anybody not signed in wishes to be heard on item number 7? If not, may I please have a motion?
I move that the public hearing be closed and the board adopt the item.
Second.
Supervisor Clavin.
Aye.
Councilman Creedy.
Aye.
Councilman Dunn.
Aye.
Deputy Supervisor Gooseby.
Aye.
Councilman Muscarella.
Yes.
Councilwoman Ryder.
Aye.
Next is the decision calendar. Madam Clerk, please call next item.
Yes, on the first decision of our decision calendar, we have the application of AB Malvern LLC for a variance from the provisions of the GSS ordinance to operate self-service at an existing service station and operate a convenience store, demolish the existing gasoline service station to construct a one-story 26 by 46-foot convenience store, install fuel dispensing pumps, construct overhead canopy over 3 pump islands, other associated site improvements including grading, landscaping, paving, parking, curbing, and lighting, and to modify and rescind existing restrictive covenants in order to modify a previously approved site plan in Malvern.
Okay, can I please have a motion?
I move the board adopt the item.
I second the motion.
Supervisor Clavin.
Aye.
Councilman Creedy.
Aye.
Councilman Dunn.
Aye.
Deputy Supervisor Gooseby.
Aye.
Councilman Muscarella.
Aye.
Councilwoman Ryder.
Aye.
Madam Clerk, please call next item on the decision calendar.
We have our second and final decision. It's the application of Baldwin 792 LLC to permit the construction of a new gasoline service station and convenience store with a canopy, multiple fuel dispensing stations, and other site improvements in Baldwin.
Okay, may I please have a motion?
I move that the public hearing be closed and the board adopt the item.
Second.
All right.
Supervisor Clavin.
Aye.
Councilman Carini.
Aye.
Councilman Dunn.
Aye.
Deputy Supervisor Gooseby.
Aye.
Councilman,
Please, no screaming at the town board meeting. Okay, Madam Clerk.
Councilman Muscarella,
Aye.
and Councilwoman Ryder.
Aye.
Because it's a decision.
Madam Clerk, please call the administrative calendar.
Okay, on our administrative calendar, we have items 10 through 62.
Matt, again. No, I'm sorry. The town board meeting will be had. You can be heard after the meeting. We're following the procedures of the town board. So right now we're doing you were talking about the decision calendar. That was the decision calendar. We had a hearing on that about a month ago. Right, but that was a decision we just made. There is no public hearing on the decision calendar. We're now moving on to administrative calendar. That's okay, but you can stay after the meeting and we open it up to the public to be heard. Madam Clerk, in the administrative calendar, it would be reflective that item number 41 is tabled.
Yes, so it will be items 10 through 62, but we do have some hand-up items as well.
Okay.
Do the hand-up items? Let's go.
Yes, hand up item now. Yep. Mr. Town Attorney, any additions to the administrative calendar?
We do have,
41 first.
Or should we do 41 tabling that?
I would ask that 41 be done.
Okay. I may have a motion tabling item number 41 on the administrative calendar?
So moved.
Okay.
Second the motion.
Supervisor Clavin.
Aye.
Carini.
Aye.
Councilman Dunn.
Aye.
Deputy Supervisor Gooseby.
Aye.
Councilman Muscarella.
Aye.
Councilwoman Ryder.
Aye.
Okay.
41 is tabled.
So, are there any additions to the administrative calendar before we move into the entirety?
Yes, we do have items 10 through 62 exclusive of item number 41, which was just tabled.
Okay.
On that administrative calendar, I also have 2 items that are of an urgent or emergency nature. The first resolution is entitled a resolution accepting a gift of real property. And the second emergency resolution is entitled resolution authorizing the award of formal bid 19-2024 for one Chevrolet Tahoe for public safety.
And that would be items 63 and 64 respectively, Madam Clerk?
Exactly.
Okay. Then I will ask if there's any comment from the town board regarding the administrative calendar. Okay. I do have one person that signed in for the administrative calendar. Mira Mercedes, I believe it is. Okay. Is there anybody else who wishes to be heard on the administrative calendar that did not sign in? If not, may I please have a motion?
I signed in, so I guess that's a typo.
Okay. If you give your name and address for the record.
My name is Mita J. Meriday. My general comments just have to do with the number of contracts that continue to be distributed, and there's no acknowledgement or recognition of classification, whether it's a service disabled veteran, which I think would, fare well for listings for the number of veterans that we have here and the opportunity that we should provide for veterans, since they're dying at close to 44 a day, despite the distorted numbers that the VA tries to put out there. Minorities and women, since there is such a strong challenge and unfortunate disregard for the increased disparities for minorities and women in business opportunities that still exist. And we have a country that still doesn't value its overall history, the good, the bad, and the ugly, to try to address the ongoing disparities in that. So as far as the specifics, some of these contracts have to do with ongoing activities that I still have yet to see any involvement or engagement along those likes. And I would just like to have some kind of answer to that.
As we always do, Dominic Lombardi, I'm sure will come up now and attest to the fact we do open competitive bidding as pursuant to New York State law and follow all the guidelines. Am I right about that, Deputy Controller Lombardi?
Yes, good morning,
Okay.
Board Supervisor. Good morning, Ms. Meriday. As
morning.
we've said before, all of our bids are done on a public bid basis. Every one of our contracts is awarded that way. As you know, we have programs for service-disabled veterans and different programs that we try to encourage them to bid, and we look forward when they do. So yes, we have all different programs that we try to do. Okay?
Programs and results, where's the report? I know Nassau County is dragging its feet on its legally authorized disparity report that's supposed to outline the actual activities. You can tell me, you can speak that all day as far as, being in compliance, but the numbers speak for themselves. What is the percentage? What is the volume of business that is going to directly service disabled and veteran-owned businesses? 90% of veteran businesses are struggling entrepreneurs. So they're sole proprietors. They can't create jobs for other veterans. So I see that you authorize, fun events and parties and picnics and breakfasts that, again, that salute the work that our veterans do admirably, but they need a job. They need a business. They need to stay in their homes. What are the breakdown in the percentages? How many veteran and service disabled veterans have contracts with the county, with the town and the county? Because you're all in cahoots together. So if we're speaking from the town, what is the percentage? Where's the report? Where can I get that?
Ms. Meriday, you're making reference to something that has to do with Nassau County in relation to a report. Mr. Lombardi, I think.
And I corrected, I said the town. I know I'm speaking for the town and county, but you're all in, pretty much in bed together, so I get it.
Okay. Ms. Meriday, in all due respect, Ms. Meriday.
I just need an answer to the question. This is my 3 minutes that are diminishing quickly.
I'm trying to answer your question, and you're making reference to, making allegations about my sleeping habits. I'm just saying to you.
Well, I never said anything about that, so why would you asperse?
You just told me I was in bed with people, so I don't appreciate that.
No, I didn't say you. I said the town. But if you, okay, again, I'm sorry. You may be like the county executive. You think you're the only person that your name may be as big as lights that says So again, it'll come up in court, and there is an audit by New York State against the town of Hempstead.
Always a pleasure.
Thank you.
Is there anybody else wishes to be heard on the administrative calendar that did not sign in? If not, may I please have a motion?
I move that the board votes to close this calendar.
Second.
Okay, and that will be items 10 through 64 exclusive of 41.
Thank you, Madam Clerk.
Supervisor Clavin.
Aye.
Councilman Carini.
Aye.
Councilman Dunn.
Aye.
Deputy Supervisor Gooseby.
Aye.
Councilman Muscarella.
Aye.
Councilwoman Ryder.
Aye.
Okay. Make a motion to adjourn?
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Supervisor Clavin.
Aye.
Councilman Carini.
Aye.
Councilman Dunn.
Aye.
Deputy Supervisor Gooseby.
Aye.
Councilman Muscarella.
Aye.
Councilwoman Ryder.
Aye.
Now that the public portion of the program is over, the town will remain to listen to the comments of residents. We have a number of comments who have signed in. We'll start with Joe at Pietra. If you just go to the back area and give your name and address for the record, thank you.
Good morning. My name is Joe Adapietro. My address is 170 South Forest Avenue, Rockville Center, New York. Good morning, Supervisor Clavin and the Town Council. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak today. My name is Joe Adapietro. I'm the Program Director for the Rockville Center Coalition for Youth. I'm also a New York State Office of Alcoholism and Substance Abuse Services provider of DWI evaluations, treatment services. As a lifelong resident of the town of Hempstead, treatment provider and father, I am very concerned at what I see on our roads every day. Dangerous driving, along with driving under the influence of marijuana on our roads, is the worst I have seen in my 37 years of driving and 30 years of providing DWI evaluations, educational, and treatment services. Years ago, I was not a supporter of red light and speed zone cameras. Due to the dangerous driving on our roads today, I have become a supporter of the red light and speed zone cameras. I have seen their effectiveness in Queens as I drive to and from Queens 5 days a week. Very few drivers in Queens drive over the 30-mile-per-hour speed limit and speed through red lights. Some drivers, as soon as they cross over the Nassau County border, begin to speed and weave in and out of traffic and blow red lights because they know there are not as many traffic cameras in Nassau. I urge you to support the dangerous driving bill and continue to opt out of marijuana sales. Thank you for your continued support in keeping our children, families, citizens, and roads safe. Thank you very much.
Thank you, John. Thank you for your advocacy. Next, I'm going to call up Barbara Ward.
Good morning, and thank you.
Name and address. Thank you very much.
Barbara Ward, W-A-R-D, and the address is for AAA Northeast, my employer, 1415 Kellum Place in Garden City. So a little bit about marijuana-impaired driving. Driving under the influence of marijuana is on the rise, and while research indicates cannabis can interfere with driving-related skills, a recent study AAA did found only 58% of drivers believe marijuana increases crash risk. A driver's crash risk doubles when they are under the influence of marijuana, and that risk only increases when a driver mixes marijuana with alcohol and other drugs. Marijuana use impairs many aspects of cognitive and physical functions that are necessary for safe driving. It makes it difficult to pay attention or to stay focused. It slows reaction time, makes it difficult to maintain lane position. It slows decision making and reduces coordination and peripheral vision. So whether it's smoking, vaping, or ingesting edibles, driving while high is risky for everyone, not just the driver, but passengers and everyone sharing the road with them. I am in Long Island schools almost every day doing a program we created called Shifting Gears, the blunt truth about marijuana and driving, which explains the effects of cannabis on the developing teenage brain and the negative consequences that can occur related to marijuana impaired driving. I encourage the town of Hempstead to support this program and maybe get us into more schools within the town of Hempstead. The teens need to hear this information. We have surveyed many adult experienced drivers who say marijuana has no negative impacts on their driving behavior. Some say they drive better if they are high. And if adults are believing this, what are our teens thinking? They are our future, and we need to keep them safe. So our hope is that the education and the tools that we provide during this program, whether it's in a health education class or a driver education class, we're hoping the teens will use the information to make good choices and to stay safe on the road. Thank you.
Thank you, Barbara. Thank you for the good work you do. Next, I have Susan Blauner up. How you doing? Name and address to the record. If you need a little help, the public safety officer might lower that down for you to give you a helping hand there. Right? There you go.
Still haven't grown.
Thank you very much. It was nice of you.
I still haven't grown since my last time.
It's okay.
Good morning, and thank you for giving me a moment here to speak. My name is Susan Blauner. I'm the director of Saving Lives Five Towns Drug and Alcohol Coalition, and my work address is 207 Grove Avenue, Cedarhurst. I'm here today together with my colleagues from Rockville Center and the AAA and Maureen. We're all here today on behalf of the kids, of the youth of our communities, keeping our kids safe. I wanted to bring your attention to the fact that fentanyl is a very serious situation now with the One Pill Can Kill. And we had a billboard that's been up for on behalf of Rockville Center and Saving Lives on the One Pill Can Kill. We want to make sure that we are getting the word out on not just fentanyl, but other drugs that are being imported and pressed from Mexico through China that looks exactly like a regular pill would look. And it is very dangerous. We need to get this education out, and we would hope that the board would help us get into the schools to make sure that this information is disseminated. Also, we want to thank you very much for the continued support on the opt-out. It is very important that we continue this because we are trying to keep our town and areas safe from having other shops come into the town where youth can reach having marijuana or cannabis and all the ramifications that go along with edibles and that our youth are affected by. And we want to hope that you will continue to support all the work that we do as coalitions. It's very important, and we look forward to working with you further in the future. Thank you.
Thanks, Susan. Liz Boylan?
Good
How you doing,
morning.
Liz? Name and address for the record. Thank you.
Liz Boylan, Rockville Center Coalition for Youth, Rockville Center, New York. Thank you for your time. I'm going to lose time here. There we go. Back in January, our coalition attended the National Anti-Drug Coalition of America, and we were tasked to come back and bring back to our community what we were taught. It was basically trends addressing substance use, prevention, and education. In the packet that you were given, it addresses all those topics. There are free resources for you, our town, to use. The Drug Enforcement Agency encourage you to go on their website and to use all the free resources available in terms of all the illegal substances and how to protect our youth. Take the stuff, copy it, own it, but we really need the town, you are the largest town in America, to take it and set the example to save not only our youth, but all the residents of this town. Some of the things that we covered at the conference were the dangers of the fake pills and fentanyl. We have a billboard. There's a campaign called One Pill Can Kill that the DEA encourages the town to pick up and run with it. Fake pills are being purchased over the internet. Drug dealers can take a picture of your child's sneakers, find them at the mall, and get the drugs to them. On the back of that package, there's a list of emojis. If you see these emojis on your child's texts or anywhere, you better be concerned. You better step in and protect them because they're being followed. Marijuana. The administration in Washington wants to deschedule marijuana from a Schedule 1 to Schedule 3. There's a letter that was given to you that was written in October. There is no accepted medical use for doing this. The potency of marijuana is such a huge concern and is affecting our youth that we're asking you to subscribe to the public comment period when it's available and to not support the descheduling of marijuana. The trends in illegal drugs that are coming here are huge, but the ones that are impairing us are even worse. Since 1999, there have been 1.2 million deaths due to overdoses. In 2022, 22 teens died a week. That's one high school classroom a week. So what we're asking is that the best way to stop addiction is to don't start, and that children should learn from their mistakes and not die from them. So thank you for continuing to do the Narcan training. Thank you for staying the course and opting out. And please, any pushback on legalizing any further drugs, we ask that you do that. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Liz, and thank you
Can
for
I
for
just
the
ask you
group
one
coming in.
question? 22 kids a week they die of what?
22 teens died per week in 2022.
From using marijuana?
Drugs.
Using drugs.
But the consensus at the conference was that most of them started with marijuana and it led to other drugs.
Yeah,
Thank
you
4,000 professionals
yeah.
from all over the country.
You've been a true advocate of the fact that, you know, marijuana is a gateway drug. I'm a firm believer in that. And I face this with the discussions I have with my kids, you know, 17-year-old, 14-year-old, and 11-year-old, and the things they tell me about some of the activities that are taking place are astounding and troubling in so many aspects. We were delighted last year to team up. I know I'm speaking for all the board members. Look, we can't get you into a school, you know, we can get you in contact with the superintendent, but you can always count on us to opening our facilities up to do those programs. I thought, you know, you had a wonderful last year, you had a wonderful turnout, you had representatives from every community. You know, we are continuing doing our Narcan training. Council Muscarella and I were just talking about the fact that tonight he has 100 people showing up for Narcan training. Councilwoman Ryder and I were saying next week we're doing it Thursday. It was funny, I was on the phone with Congressman Diaz-Esposito, who started the program. And, you know, he's still doing it because he's very passionate about it. He's seen this firsthand. The commitment, I think, from all the board is to continue to work with you and create any mechanism or any sort of forum we can to really educate the kids. And if it's here, it's here. We've had great success, as crazy as this sounds. We've done Narcan trading on Sunday mornings at the beach, and we've had 50 to 100 people showing up because of the difficulty. And lastly, I will say, in salute to our town building department, we've had instances of these illegal shops popping up. The police, the Nassau County Police Department has been a great resource. They let us know. And our building department has gone down from Levittown to East Meadow to Elmont and in between and shut the shops down. We understand the battle and the fact that the drugs that just come through the border and the magnitude now of it's not even a drug. It's literally, you know, just killing kids and adults alike. But after the board meeting, please reach out. We'd love to facilitate and help the group in any way. We like I said, we had great success last year. I know the town board is real happy, and we'll team up with you again. Count on that. Yeah, that's what I said to you. You know, it's funny. You even gave us a little thing with the emojis, and I'm sitting there. I'm saying to myself, I'm going to go through my kid's phone tonight. I don't really care. I pay for them, so it's technically in my phone. But you know, there's ample opportunity to sort of raise the awareness, and like I said, it's not a limited concern in any one community. This is a widespread concern throughout the country, but in the town. And like I said, I see it in every corner, and it's something I'm battling every single day. Because, you know, it's just everywhere, every nook and cranny, every house, regardless of the amount of income or the amount that's not there. It sees no boundaries, and I've seen it firsthand. So we'll be happy to follow up and then team up with you on that. So count us in. Absolutely. Maureen McCormick. Hi, Maureen. How you doing? If you give me name and address.
Thank you. Maureen McCormick. I'm here from the Suffolk DA's office at 725 Veterans Memorial Highway in Hauppauge. I'm here at the request of the Rockville Center Coalition for Youth to talk about the deadly driving bill, which is S3135, A174. It is a very small teaspoon in the ocean of things that need to be fixed about drugged driving and vehicular crimes. I've been a prosecutor for almost 38 years. I spent 16 of them in Nassau County. And throughout my time, I've always had a specialization in vehicular crimes. It's a long time ago now, but I tried the case of Katie Flynn, who was decapitated in the wedding limousine.
Yep.
Officer Barabalt here, who was hit by a drunk driver, and so forth. I authored this bill on behalf of DA Tierney, because when I left Nassau, I went over to Suffolk to work exclusively on this project. It relates to a promise I made to a young woman's family who was killed when I was in the Brooklyn DA's office 20 years ago. That young woman, Christian Roggio, was killed when a guy ingesting dust off by pressing the straw to his teeth and huffing in, drove into oncoming traffic and struck her car, killing her. He couldn't be charged with drugged driving. He couldn't be charged with any kind of impaired driving, which was mind-boggling. Because in this state right now, and since the time that they actually criminalized drugged driving in 1966, when they were afraid of barbiturates, they require that the person who is driving drugged has to have been drugged. They have to be impaired by a drug that's on the public health law list, which is absurd. We are one of only 4 states that still require that the drug be named and be on that list. And in New York State, the driver can simply refuse and will never identify what the substance is that the driver is on. I give you the example of Trank, which people seem to know now, makes people into zombies. If that person, it actually happened on the Brooklyn Bridge, shut down the Brooklyn Bridge because the person who crashed was so wasted, they fell out of the car. But she was on Trank, so she couldn't be charged with drugged driving. This has to stop, because we are not stopping drivers before they crash and kill. If it has to be named, we are putting police officers in the impossible position of what? Looking at them and saying, I know you're on Trank, I know you're on fentanyl. This is not the way it works with alcohol. There should be a common law, impaired driving by drugs standard. If you can see it, you're impaired by it, you can't drive. They don't have to name whether you're on wine or beer or vodka. It should be the same thing for drugs. That's pretty much it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you for coming in. On behalf of DA Tierney, and I know we work with our local DA, Annie Donnelly, and I know I saw the letter from DA Tierney, and I applaud the advocacy on that great work you're really doing out there.
I want to say something real
Yeah,
quick.
absolutely.
I appreciate you coming down here today. I was a police officer for 22 years, so I completely understand what you were saying. We really have handicapped our law enforcement, and the law you're talking about, there's so many synthetic drugs out there now that we cannot prosecute against because they're not listed. So I wholeheartedly understand what the DA's office is going through, a police officer going through, and that's another reason why I also did not support marijuana in our township, is we don't have a way to judge your impairment. Unlike drunk driving, you can take a test, and the breathalyzer can determine at that point of what your impairment is. All that the test that we have now for marijuana only states that you took marijuana in the last 24 to 36 hours. And as you know, we can't judge your impairment at the time of the accident. We made so many headways with MAD and Mothers Against Drunk Driving over the last couple of decades to put more impaired drivers on the road. And at the time, right now, the police do not have the tools necessary to judge your impairment.
Listen, I don't want to get into a give and take. We'll stick around. We have a 3-minute period for public comment. I appreciate it. Like I said, we're happy to stick around after and talk to you, but we do have to have the procedures keep going here.
I just.
Yep. Yep.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
I'd just like to say I'm sitting here and I'm listening. Yesterday, we buried a young woman who was killed by someone drunk driver. She came from Georgia, driving drunk, and also with the drugs. Now, she's gone, and the bad about it is one child she has. I mean, they were so close, it was unreal. She was with a friend of hers. They were out trying to find something beautiful for her daughter to use for graduation. And she's goes right here. I just know them so well. She was a member of ROTC and all of this young girl. So all of those kids came out yesterday because of what was going on. It was so, so sad. And it was just the two of them and her father. But I hear what you're saying. I know that it's sad that people drink and drive. I have many friends who have lost because of that. And that's one reason the town of Hempstead has been so busy trying their best to make sure that we bring people in. All of our staffs work we do it all the time. Don and this one here, they got started with this before anybody else has started, actually, because as far as the drugs are concerned, in all of the stores that are in the areas, we've had members come to us and we do whatever we can to try to stop it. So this is not something new to us. I happen to have been in the medical field myself, and I know all of this. So thank you so much for what you're doing, but we just have to keep trying. And the one thing this woman did, I have to say, when she hit the car, she got out of her car. The police officer had seen what was happening. She got into the police officer's car and drove herself. So it's crazy. So we have a kid now that we all have to try to help because she's graduating from Freeport, actually, and try to get her safe because her mom is gone, and this is a wonderful thing that happened. So I understand what you're saying.
Thank you. Thank you, Deputy Supervisor.
May I make a comment, please?
Yeah, absolutely.
Quickly. I just want to commend the Rockville Center Coalition. We recently hosted a Narcan event in Rockville Center. And the Rockville Center Coalition, they came, set up a table, provided information for anybody who participated in the training, and I want to thank you for that. And you're not getting paid for all the wonderful work that you do, and please know that it is very much appreciated, and please know that the town of Hempstead is committed to fighting this fight with all of our Narcan training that all of the council members hold regularly throughout the year within our district. So please know that we are with you on this, and we are doing what we can to fight it as well. And thank you.
Well said. Well said. I have a number of other residents I want to get to. Next, I have Diane Madden. Good morning. If you name and address of the record, thank you.
Good morning, Diane Madden, Hempstead. I'm here about the privatization bid that the town put out for the animal shelter. I think it's a good step in terms of continuing the effort to fix operations at the animal shelter. I was impressed that they are looking to nominate an animal advisory committee, and that's required within the privatization. My concern is who will be reviewing these bids should they come in. I think that it's fair to say that some poor decisions have been made, poor judgment rather, and in terms of deciding on those bids, I believe that there should be others other than just simply appointed people that may have agendas not to privatize the animal shelter.
Okay.
I believe also, as I have mentioned to you, Supervisor Clavin, that I think the town should be past rolling the dice on the animal shelter and trying this and trying that, and that while these RFPs go up, it should also address the fact that the shelter still needs a veterinarian full-time, still needs social media experts. They still need a behaviorist. So while these privatization efforts, if they continue, I believe simultaneously the town should also be outreaching for those services so that 6 months don't go by or 12 months, as in this case, of realizing that something more needs to be done and that you may not have options even when you post that RFP.
Okay. All right.
You had mentioned also during your campaign that you would consider taking the animal shelter out of general services. I don't know what that would look like, if that would offer an improvement, but it's something that you mentioned, Supervisor, and maybe it should be explored because I certainly have made every effort to put forward the simplest suggestions, as simple as hiring a social media expert, hiring a full-time behaviorist, putting capable full-time people in full-time positions, which is why the shelter is now turning to privatization, because that's not been done. But these are really simple solutions that the town is able to do. So to request that a private organization do the things the town should be doing, no one has more taxpayer funds, no one has more resources, no one has more than the town has to run the shelter properly. And every time I sat down with the deputy commissioner, they would ask me my thoughts on privatization, and I think it should always be second to the animal shelter being run properly by government. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next, I have Mariano Ogulde. How you doing? Just go to the back there and give your name and address for the record. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Mariano Ugaldi. I'm the president of the Uniondale Chamber of Commerce. I wanted to thank the town council for their service and dedication to the township. I want to thank Cape Murray because it's Cape Murray. I wanted to thank Don Clavin, Deputy Supervisor Gooseby, and Tom Muscarello for the representation of Uniondale.
Thank you.
I'm really just here to really just I haven't been here in a while, so I just wanted to see how things were progressing. So it seems more orderly than before, so thank you for that. I just wanted to just mention that as we move forward with development in the hub, whatever the proposed projects are, the one groveling I get from the business jurisdiction is this appearance of food trucks that keep coming out of nowhere. And as I've kind of asked questions about this, it seems that some of the owners of those trucks have said blatantly, not knowing they're speaking to me, they've said, well, the town said it was okay unless somebody said to the contrary. And I know that. I know the permitting doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
And so, we can take this conversation offline and follow this up. Other than that, I really wanted to thank you all for your continued service. I want to thank Tom Muscarello for meeting with him, what was it, 2 months ago at UBS Arena? That was a fun conversation. Other than that, everyone, God bless and continue to do your good service. Thank you.
Mariano, let me first off say no one generally says have a fun conversation with Tommy Muscarello in the same sentence. When it comes to the food trucks, you know what? If you follow up, it's funny you said that, and if you could have seen the town clerk's face, the food trucks, for them to turn around and say like town says it's okay is just to the contrary. We've had a couple instances where we've moved them and they've come in here with petitions saying to stay, and we've said no. Just for that, we want to work with you. So if you want to give us the contact information, and we will. But it was when you said that, if you could, Kate's so good at this, but she was just looking at me like saying like, absolutely not. It's a pet peeve for all of us. So we're working this. So if you give us your contact information, we'll work on that, because you know what, I can understand the frustration. They shouldn't be there, and we're gonna do the best we can. So, and we appreciate the kind comments, even about Tommy. It's very nice of you.
The last follow-up on it, it's only because the businesses pay for the expense of having it, and to have somebody 300 feet away is...
No, by the way, totally get it. Absolutely. All right, thank you very much. Dante Nicoli?
Hi, good morning, council members, supervisor. I come here to applaud your efforts in suing for injunction against the congestion pricing in New York. And I gave you guys a pamphlet that I found in my wife's late grandfather's attic that was from 1974. And if you look at the 8th page of this, they talk about the 63rd Street Tunnel Project, which is basically the Grand Central Extension for the Long Island Railroad, is underway. So this was in 1974 is when construction started on this project. The tunnel sat there for 50 years, and they finally finished it, I believe, last year. And it's great to get to the east side for Long Islanders. I bring this up because now the MTA has been given the authority to impose congestion tolls. And I just want everyone to understand the history. This is not new. This happened in 2002 in London. And the first year that the congestion tolls were implemented, transit fares went up maybe 50%. then the congestion tolls went up again, and then the transit fares went up. And basically, it's very expensive to drive in London now or to take transit into London, and it has done nothing to impede or to lower the traffic congestion. It basically became a money grab. Unfortunately, our state legislatures basically gave the MTA the power to run this operation, and they're also the beneficiaries of this operation, which is a complete conflict of interest. There's nobody out there that's looking out for the actual consumers, the transit riders, the drivers, the people who have to do business in the city. There's going to be an unlimited escalation of costs to get into Manhattan, and there's no checks on this. And I think that I hope that other towns, other municipalities across the region, including New Jersey, come forward and start litigation, because I think that's the only thing we can do, because apparently our elected officials in the state really have no regard for us. And good luck.
Well, we appreciate you coming in. Obviously, we announced we were suing last week. We think we have a sound legal theory on it. The fact of the matter is, there's an unfair burden being placed on both Nassau and Suffolk commuters that are going in there. There's really no reward. And for an agency that ran $1.4 billion in overtime last year, look, they just know how to burn through cash, and that's how I feel about it. And it's an unfair money grab, and it will hurt commuters. It'll hurt first responders, nurses, doctors, teachers. It's going to hurt people who just go to the city for medical treatment. And it's not fair. And like I said, we have a lot of confidence in litigation. We appreciate it, and we ask you to talk to your friends in other levels of government along the way and urge them. And more importantly, I really do appreciate this great looking pamphlet. It doesn't look like the railroads really changed that much in 35 years. So always good to see you, Dante. Next I have Mira Meriday. Good morning. Name and address for the record. Thank you.
I would just like to have my name spelled correctly. I think I'm here enough. Mita J. Meriday, not Mira Melendez or whatever.
Ms. Meriday, I'm just reading how it's signed in. There's not. I didn't sign anybody in. Neither did I.
I wrote it myself. It would be correct. Thank you very much.
Okay.
First of all, this is, as you would always say, this is now my 3 minutes, because I only get 3 minutes for the taxes that we pay. I do want to start out by commending a couple of the departments here. Definitely the Veteran Services Department. I just wished it was a little bit more comprehensive and expansive for the needs of our veterans and their families. As I said earlier, with regard to, I don't speak from numbers just off the top of my head. Being a journalist and having an MBA that I earned at Hofstra University, second generation. Go Pride, stop the casino, focus on development, focus on the consumers, focus on residents, and definitely focus on veterans. American Warriors Partnership and Duke University did a study. 24 veterans a day commit suicide on average. An additional 20 die from self-injury, otherwise known as overdose. So I think it's interesting that you have residents that are here that are speaking to the issue that speak to overdose, drug and alcohol, because it is a problem within our veteran community that we're not addressing effectively within the town of Hempstead, which is encompassed in the county of Nassau. Jobs are also an issue, as I said. Employment. 46% of Gulf War veterans are unemployed. That's an increase in considering 30% of all veterans face unemployment. 60% of the veterans that are unemployed are in the average age of 25 to 54. This is a core of our, as we say, our young people. Another interesting fact with regard to the increase in suicides and addiction are our police officers. We're not giving them enough resources as well. And it's always interesting when I get up to speak, for whatever reason, my representative always seems to have to leave the room. But I digress. But finally, I would like to give a shout out to codes and violations. I think they do an exceptional job in our community, notwithstanding. We have vape locations that are there that many of us, the Rockville Center Council may not be aware, that many of us challenged those facilities before they were actually supported by this body. So we have a problem that was also created by this body that you sit before. So that's a challenge we have to deal with. I also want to give a shout out to public safety and the security representatives for the township. They were very courteous, very helpful, very supportive, but we need to do more for our veterans. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Have a great day. Next, I have Latoya Carter. Hi, Ms. Carter. Good morning. If you give your name and address to the record, thank you.
Hi, good morning. My name is Latea Carter.
Okay.
And I'm a resident of Lakeview. I'm also a board member of the Lakeview Civic Association. Good morning, all. I'd like to thank you, Supervisor Clavin and Councilwoman Ryder, for coming to Lakeview and helping us with the beautification project of installing, doing the cleanup.
Yeah. It was nice. It was a rainy day, but that was good. It was nice turnout too. It was
really
nice.
Though. It was good meeting you guys in person, and all of the residents really love the planters and everything. So I just want to relay that message to you guys. I did want to say though that June 15th is rapidly approaching, and this is the official date that Harold Walker Memorial Park facilities will open to the public. However, there are major concerns that I have previously shared with you, Councilwoman Ryder, in person, and I've also sent emails in reference to these items. I'm just here to get some updates on the following safety issues. How soon is everything going to be replaced or repaired? So we do have broken, exposed pavement near the playground area, which is causing a severe trip hazard for the children. We have broken, protruding fencing near the basketball courts. That's obviously a safety hazard. We need new swing installations. The benches need to be replaced with new ones because they have peeling paint, splinters, they're rusted. We need upgraded walkways and pathways that are in the park. They haven't been repaved since the inception of the park in the early 70s. So there are tremendous cracks that are creating trip hazards as well. The baseball backstops are rusted and there are no dugouts for shading. So when the seniors do come to play during the week, they are forced to create shading by using blue tarps. There are broken parking lot curbs at Harold Walker. The entire parking lot basically needs to be upgraded. So is there any anticipated completion date for the above and for the diving pool repairs that were started in early February?
Just so you know, the Parks Commissioner is here, and he'll talk to you after the meeting. And I know my Chief of Staff was down there actually personally to take a look and go through some of the projects to make sure it's up and running in a very timely manner, enjoyment of the community. Commissioner Zangler, if you'll go to the back, he'll sit down and go through that, and my Chief of Staff is going to follow up with him directly to see about the timetables he's presented to you and some of the concerns and the improvements in the area. And Councilwoman Ryder actually had called me about the inside of the building herself, and we've personally done a walkthrough about doing some enhancements in the interior of that building as well. Really nice group work down there. They do a great job, and we want to make sure every park is up to speed and everyone's real happy. And like I said, it's on the radar, and he's going to speak to you. And lastly, I will tell you, we're going to pass to the Quality of Life crew who were down there for the Lakeview cleanup. They're a nice group, and they do a really diligent job. And they actually had a lot of fun. They actually called me. They were like, "Don, we had so much fun down there." So sometimes it's a two-way street. They're a great group, and they really enjoyed working with you. And I'm going to relay your compliment to them because, you know what? Sometimes people only hear a negative, they get a bad email, but it's just as important.
Eric's.
Yeah. No, I won't tell him, but everyone else I will. But Commissioner Zangler is going to, after you're done, Commissioner Zangler is going to go in the back and talk to you, okay?
Okay. I see my time stopped, but it didn't stop.
There.
There's just two more quick things. So in reference to the town roads, the residents are excited to learn that Pine Brook is scheduled to be repaved.
Yep.
You guys have a date for that?
We will. Where's my engineering commissioner? There he is right there. He's going to get you a date for that.
Okay, great. And the last thing, Miss Ryder,
No, I took 10 seconds from her. What?
can we please be added to your website? Lakeview is still not on your website.
Follow up with you after. Good to see you. Start with the engineering commissioner. He'll get you the date. And then Commissioner Zangler is going to come in the back with you right now.
All right.
Nice seeing you as always. And thank you very much for the nice compliments. And I will pass that on to everybody.
May I make a quick comment?
Nope. Oh, I'm sorry. Laura. Absolutely.
I just want to say that when we met with the Lakeview Civic Association, they are a tremendous group of people who take great pride in their community. And it's been a pleasure working with you. And everything that you mentioned, we have on our calendar to be addressed. So I'm looking forward to you speaking with the commissioner to get more specific information. But I really enjoy working with each and every one of you, and I look forward to continuing with that. Thank you for coming today. Thank you.
Next, I have Faith Kenny. Okay. Lisa Ortiz. Okay. Stephanie Chase. Oh, is that Mr. Ortiz? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Stephanie Chase. I was going to say. Morning and name and address. Nice to see you.
Hi, good morning. I'm a resident of Lakeview, a civic engagement member and NAACP of Lakeview. Hi, I was just wondering, I keep coming back about the blight on Eagle Avenue. There's that construction. I think it's a masonry, and they have all their trucks. And I was just wondering, because it was my impression that it was not zoned for that. And I was just wondering, and I know they keep getting citations. You're up on it.
Yeah, we go to court. As you can see, my acting building commissioner, Danny Leo, is right back there. He jumped up as soon as you brought it up. Danny's going to give you the update on everything and tell you any of the court appearances that for any of the violations we've given down there. Danny, will you handle that for me?
Okay, so
you got it.
So, I mean, at one point, like, how many violations can they get?
You know, so this is a burden that unfortunately falls, that we can give citations and violations, and they'll go to court and they ask for an adjournment, and then maybe they'll go back to court and suddenly someone's not feeling well, and they go back to court and they say they it depends who you get in front of over in the courthouse. That if you get a judge who's going to be really respectful of the fact that the residents, have concerns, or if you have a judge who's going to kick the can, we're at the mercy of the court half the time. But like I said, Danny can give you any of the violations. Danny, you will, and he's got his number one man right next to him. I mean, that kid drives around all day long and just gives people tickets all day long. That kid loves what he does right there. So I'm teasing you. I've worked on you for 20 years. You're a good kid. But he'll be happy to follow up with you, Ms. Chase. Okay.
And thank you, Ms. Ryder. Thank you for all you do. And I know you're working hard.
It's my pleasure, really, and I'm grateful to have met you all and to work together with you.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Danny, you'll go in the back handle right now. Now, I don't have any other slips. Is anybody wishes to be heard that did not sign in? If not, then I will tell everybody to have a wonderful day.